So today I want to talk to you about chapters 16 through 21 of Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. I'm going to jump right into it and how it's been able to help my Amazon FBA business and how it can help yours too. Starting off with chapter 16 is talking about motivate yourself into action. I don't know about you. You can let me know in the comments if you're an optimist or a pessimist who calls himself a realist. So which one are you? Are you an optimist or are you a pessimist who calls yourself a realist? I know no one likes to call themselves a pessimist, but one of the things in this book talks about is how important it is to have an optimistic mindset, to be able to see things from a positive perspective, and be able to capitalize and use that for your life and be able to make good decisions. And it says here, to perform your best, you must become your own personal cheerleader. You must develop a routine of coaching yourself and encouraging yourself to play at the top of your game. And to keep yourself motivated, you must resolve to become a complete optimist. Now, I know some of you might be like, okay, that's completely opposite of who I am and what I am, and so there's no way I can change that. Well, you might not be able to change overnight, and you might not even be able to become a complete optimist, but to at least have the goal to try to be an optimist is going to be something that will help you. I'm an optimist, but I'm an extreme optimist. I mean, I think one of my personal weaknesses is that sometimes I think too positively about a certain situation, and I don't see the realistic situation that's in front of me. So I can be too optimistic and really make some poor decisions based on that. But my wife is a realist, and she helps bring my optimism down to a little bit more of a reality, and so I'm thankful for that and how we kind of balance each other out. And so while you might not be able to become a complete optimist, at least striving to do it will help. One of the ways you can do that, it says control your inner dialogue. The Bible puts it this way: take every thought captive. Your thoughts, you're in control of what you think about. And there's times when, there's a lot of stuff that's overwhelming you and you might feel like you're not in control of what you're thinking about, but you really are. And there's ways that you can steer your thoughts toward more positive things. And he talks about the power of positivity, being able to increase our self-esteem, increase our skill levels, increase our confidence by controlling the dialogue that goes on in between our ears, right there in our brain. Just saying, like, I can do this. Just saying that out loud, I can do this, before you do a task actually increases your chance of doing it and succeeding with it. And so, try to do that. And in the book, he talks about 4 ways to become an optimist. There's 4 behaviors that every optimist has. And so to try to focus on these. Number 1, look for the good in every situation. Always try to find the silver lining. Always try to figure out what's really good in this situation. I try to do that, and it's helped me. It's helped me get through hard times. It's helped me get through struggles. Or when Amazon changes the rules, I try to look for the good in the situation. When I get a return for a high-priced item, I try to look for the good in the situation. So that's number 1. Look for the good in every situation. Number 2, seek the valuable lesson in every setback. Seek the valuable lesson in every setback. There's something that we can learn from our failures. There can be something that we can learn from the experiences that happen to us. Number 3 was look for a solution to the problem. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's obvious, look for a solution. But he means focus your time and energy looking on the solution rather than focusing on what went wrong and feeling bad about yourself and feeling defeated and feeling like a failure. One thing my dad told me, and I think Zig Ziglar originally said that, is that failure is an event, not a person. Failure is an event, not a person. So if you feel like you are a failure, that's a lie, and you do not need to believe that lie. Failure are events, not people. And so you are not a failure. You can be a success. You can find success when you're looking for the good, seeking valuable lessons in what went wrong, looking for solutions. And the last one is to continually focus on your goals. A lot of times we get distracted by the things that go on with our lives, with the setbacks that we experience, that we forget about our goals. I did a bunch of videos with the beginning of the new year about goals and goal setting. And my wife and I, we go over our goals at least once a month, sometimes even more, trying to see where we are. you know, how far are we along on our goals? Are we exceeding them, or are we kind of behind? What can we do to catch up? What kind of goals do we kind of need to alter a little bit because life happens and change needs to take place? So think about your goals and being able to stay focused on that, focus on what you need to do. You're going to be able to stop procrastinating and get more things done in less time by having that kind of optimistic mindset. The book goes on to say, give a couple more really good tips. Getting out of the technological time sinks. I mean, I don't know about you, but spending way too much time on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope. Oh, am I saying Periscope can be a time suck? Yes, I am. So maybe right after this video, you can go and find something else to do. So YouTube can be a time suck. So maybe after you're done watching a video, get back to work. So be sure to use technology as your friend, as an aid, but not become totally addicted to it and feel like you have to keep your notifications on and get that going all the time. For some reason, every time we get a little new notification from email or Facebook or Twitter or something, there's something that goes on in our brain that gives us a little bit of a little boost. And being able to be in the know, being able to be one of the first to know, being able to stay connected, gives us a little boost in our brain, and it can become addictive. But we need to start getting addicted to getting things done, to being able to cross things off our to-do list, being able to meet our goals and not get overly distracted. Yeah, I love Facebook and I love Periscope and YouTube, and doing those things are really helpful, but they need to be aids and not who's controlling everything that's going on. So try that out, and you'll be able to find some more success in that. He talks about slicing and dicing the task, making sure you got big tasks, cutting them up into bite-sized pieces. And then the last thing that I'll talk about today is create large chunks of time. A lot of times we try to get stuff done, but we're trying to multitask and do a bunch of other stuff at the same time. But you know what? If you set your mind on one thing for 30 minutes, you're going to do so much more in that 30 minutes than if you try to do 4 things in 2 hours. So if you try to do 4 different things in 2 hours, you're actually going to get less done than if you focus for 30 minutes on 4 different things. 30-minute segments of 4 things. It's just, that's how things go. There's something about focusing. There's something about following one course until successful. So create large chunks of time. You know what? If you're working from home and you've got kids, maybe you're like, kids, I'm going to put this movie on, and for the next 30 minutes, I just don't need to be interrupted unless an emergency. And of course, one of your kids will be like, what if the house is on fire? Is that an emergency? And I'm like, yes, because that's happened to me. I've tried to tell my kids, I need to work for 30 minutes. Don't leave your room unless there's an emergency, and they kind of come up with all these crazy emergency scenarios. It's crazy. Kids are just fun that way. And I'm like, is the bathroom an emergency? And I'm like, okay, you know the answer to that. If you need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. But do your best to focus. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to stop this video, get back to work, focus on what I need to do, and I encourage you to do the same thing. So this has been really good going through Eat That Frog. If you have not read it, I highly recommend it. I can talk probably for hours on every single chapter in this book, and I look forward to reading it and rereading it over and over again until I can start getting what's in there, in here, and have it come out through my life. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you scroll down below, you can like this video, leave a comment, a question, find links from this video. I encourage you to do that. And I also encourage you to go to fulltimefba.com if you're wanting to learn how to turn part-time hours into a full-time income with Amazon FBA. I will see you fulltimefba.com. Thanks.